Hi, I'm David, or Arkanthor, and this is a time lapse based or taken from a 3.5 hour live stream. So I sped it up 20 times. It was for watchmework.com. This is an old project, and so you can see the sketches that I did before where I was trying to figure out how everything was going to go and stuff. It's the inside of a spaceship, and I want it to look really cluttered and lived in, and the large amount of details was kind of a bit overwhelming to all figure it at once. So I figured maybe I'd go back and make an actual floor plan so I knew exactly where the major things were, and then I can add little things afterwards and stuff. So I've got bed, bathroom there on the left side. On the right side there's a table, closet, escape pod. The front or the bottom of the picture is kind of the cockpit. There's a ladder that folds up into the wall, just thinking of a little detail as I go. And I'm kind of working with pencil, but then I'll go over it with a pen and then erase over the pen. It's not the cleanest way to work, but it's pretty quick, and for something like this it's kind of perfect, in my opinion anyway. That's kind of my way of working, I guess, because otherwise I get too into details and I take forever, so this saves a lot of time, I find, for me. So drawn in the bed, there's some like fire extinguishers and stuff. There's an airlock in the back, and this design is influenced a lot by RVs and long haul trucks and things, but also by the Sea Duck from Tailspin. I always kind of liked that plane. I thought it was super awesome as a kid. So that's, you have the living space in the front, and then the door, and then like a cargo space behind that, and there'll be an airlock in between. Figuring out outer walls, windows, things like that. And I find drawing all the plan out and stuff for this kind of forces you to spread out your thinking process over a long time. If I just try and draw it out, you kind of have to all think of it at once or in advance, and that's really difficult to do, I find sometimes. Doing it this way, I can just kind of leave spaces and fill them in one part at a time. So I'm going to add some hatches on the floor. There's a cross section there. That's the way the ship would look kind of from the front, cut open. Thick walls and ceiling. Crawl space under the floor where there's extra cargo. That's more like living cargo stuff. So also, as I was drawing this, I was listening to Firefly. I tried to choose my music a little bit based on the feel I want to have, and I was a big fan of that show, and it just seems kind of fitting with a ship that people are living in and all that. It would be great if I could put the music from that over this video, but I don't really have the rights to that. So otherwise I would have to sing it, and well.
Jane, the man they call Jane, he robbed from the rich and he gave to the poor, stood up to the man and he gave him what for. Our love for him now ain't hard to explain, the hero of Canton, the man they call Jane.
Sorry, that got a little weird. New microphone today, so it had to be done. So I'm just going back some more gray, continuing with the colors. Trying to really block out where those like closed spaces are and where the open spaces are. And then windows in the front. And then I go over it with another piece of paper, and I'm actually just really quickly drawing in the floor plan. What'll be right at ground level. And that's where the attachments for the seats are there. There's some pedals in the front. Hatches in the back. Again, closed off areas. How it'll look under the control panel. There's going to be a little more wider space there. The control panel will reach out towards the people a little bit, so there's plenty of leg room. Here is a third little plan, and this is just the space above people's heads, basically. So I wanted to have some bunks and things and just sketch those in as well. Figuring out the windows, just a little quick sketch. Put the red line just to separate, and then I'm typing with some people on Watch Me Work. There is some netting, and there's going to be a bunch of junk there. I'm adding some hatches on the ceiling and the floor. I just thought maybe this ship could, like, attach to other ships, dock in space, whatever, and have some emergency hatches. These are hatches on the floor, and I'm trying to figure out the look of the actual details on those. And there's going to be some vents and stuff, because that'll actually be one space. There's no airlock between the floor and where people are. And then I draw in some windows up above, skylights. Change them around a little bit because I wanted to add kind of a central beam and then some pot lights on either side. And there's going to be a raised roof from where the bunk is and behind. And there again, I'm just blocking off those walls. More lights. Just trying to think of like any little details I can use to fill the space in. Here I try to figure out the floor, like the stairs. There's actually going to be a step down as you go into the cockpit. It'll go one step down for the front seats, and then another step for the rear seats. One more step for the frontmost seats. So they're going to be quite a bit lower than the actual floor of the majority of the space shuttle. And this whole idea, I'm going to have, there's kind of going to be a story to it. It's going to be a family living on Spaceship, and kind of the middle of the night, and the parents are asleep, and the kids are up, probably aren't supposed to be, and they're on the side I'm working on there. There's going to be a little boy with like a virtual reality headset or playing a Game Boy or something. I don't know. There I'm creating a little holographic projector thing in the center, some foot pedals. Sitting in the other seat is going to be his older kid sister, and she's going to be very seriously on the lookout, like it's her duty to take the night watch on the ship. As some cup holders, little change things like you'd see in a car. Obviously, you're not going to be rolling the windows on a spaceship, but there's all sorts of... I've always got little junk in my pockets and stuff, so it would be nice to have that, I figure, in a spaceship too. In a minute, I'll be blacking in the windows, and I'll be using a Sharpie for that. Not the ideal tool, it's just what I had on hand. Something like a brush pen or whatever would be probably a lot quicker and easier and do a cleaner job. I also put some blue on the screens because I want, just to clarify where the screens are, they kind of disappear a little bit at this point. But I want to have a bunch of screens so that they're actually illuminated by those. Like the lights are out on the ship, and you get the screens and then just some emergency lights running along the back, like through the hallway and stuff. Adding some more foot pedals. Anyway, we're coming pretty much too close to the end of the video. So if you enjoyed it, please, you know the drill. Please like and subscribe. It would really encourage me to make some more videos. Shout out to my one follower. Thanks, on Beth. And sorry about the random singing, except I guess I'm not that sorry because I left it in the video. So, yeah. Alright, thanks again for watching.